Hey, what is going on, guys? Suicide Drop Air here, and what you just saw was 3 nukes in 3 games. There is the proof. Obviously, I've seen people put up back-to-back nukes, and I always think, how do we know they actually got them game after game? But that is the proof that I did. I thought I would add it just so you guys can't really question it. It's all there. You're gonna see the maps in the same row, and but I don't believe I added in the scoreboard, but I mean, you can sort of tell that it's all in the same row. I'm not gonna magically get a nuke on each map and then just put them together. So what you guys are seeing on screen at the moment is a De-Atomizer strike with the K-bar. This was a weird setup for me. I always run quick draw on my assault rifles. I feel like they need them, but I thought I was going to take it off for one game and just see how I go, see if it's really necessary. I managed to drop a nuke without the quick draw. So on this class, it is silencer, extended mags, and foregrip, I believe, with obviously the ELO with the blue dot, which I used all the time now because I actually managed to pull it out of a supply drop, which I'm surprised about. And I think the perks are Blind Eye, Dexterity, and Scavenger, I believe. Maybe Hardline. I can't remember. So that's the first nuke. After this, you will see a De-Atomizer strike fail. In the same game, I died 3 off using the MacTav. I actually switched class after this nuke, and I started using the MacTav, and I ended up going on a 21 gun streak with it, and I decided that I wasn't going to push some people, and that got me killed. So I essentially should have just pushed them. There was an advanced UAV up in the air. I knew where they were. I should have pushed them. I didn't, and I paid the price. So I'm 1 off here with this gun. Basically, what you guys will see is me cutting out all the parts where I had to run from map to map. Obviously, having 3 gameplays in one video it would be a long video if I didn't cut out all those boring parts of me running across the map and trying to find people when I'm like on streaks. The lobbies weren't very populated. I think in this game they were. I believe there was a full team in this game, but the other 2, at times there was like 4 people on a team, and it was very hard to find people. So the nukes aren't the fastest because I had to keep running from one side of the other, like one side of the map to the other. So bear in mind that those parts will be cut. So you'll see me go from one side of the map to the other, just randomly fading into it, because I think that looks better than just cutting it. But yeah, so you guys will see 2 MacTav De-Atomizers, a MacTav De-Atomizer strike fail, and a K-bar De-Atomizer strike in this video. The other 2 were on Terminal, and I can't remember the name of the other map. You saw it at the start in the picture. I honestly can't remember the name of it. I'm not good with the names of maps, but hopefully you guys do enjoy it. The MacTav class setup is, I think I've got foregrip, quick draw, and possibly extended mags on it. I'm not 100% sure. If you guys want, I can put both class setups in the description below. I believe that's what it is though, and then the perks are basically the same. It's Scavenger, Blind Eye, and Ghost on this class. Yes, I use Ghost. I choose to use Ghost because I don't like to just have a counter UAV sitting there all the time. This is where I should have pushed. Oh, actually, we didn't have a counter UAV. We did have one up. I decided not to push, and as you can see, I was 3 away when I died. So here is the second De-Atomizer strike for this video. It's not the quickest, but it's also not the slowest. It's probably an average time for a De-Atomizer strike, just because, like I said, I was constantly having to go from one side of the map to the other. I know when I was very close to like getting the actual nuke, I had to go from this side of the map to the other, which I never really like doing. I'd much prefer if spawns didn't flip all the time, but as you can see, spawns were flipping quite constantly. I would head down to C to get them, and they'd be at A, and then I'd head down to A to get them, and they'd be at C. Look at this guy camping. Basically, that's what this lobby was. It was like really campy lobby. Like obviously, it took me some time to actually get to places, and that's why I've cut even just out this part while I was at the same side of the map. I had to cut it out because there was so long of me just trying to search for people and try to find them. and it was just ridiculous. But then, I don't know why this guy didn't challenge me. Like, look at him. He literally saw me, shot at me, and then decided to run away, thinking I'm not going to shoot him. I don't get it, but I mean, it was a free kill for me, and I will take it when I'm trying to go for De-Atomizer strikes. So I'm getting close here, as you can see. I'm just sort of trying my hardest not to die and just try and get those first shots off. You can see here, I think that puts me to 1 off. I can see them on the UAV, they're around me. I'm waiting for them to pop out. I decide to challenge and I get the De-Atomizer strike. I think in this gameplay I get a Juggernaut, I believe. I think it's the only one I actually do get a Juggernaut out of these 3 games. I will also say that there was a 4th game where I had a chance at getting a De-Atomizer strike, but the round ended, and if you know me, I don't like when the rounds end, because it sort of shuts off my momentum. I ran down thinking that I could get a couple of kills and get the De-Atomizer strike, but I ended up dying 1 or 2 off in that game, so this essentially could have been 4 De-Atomizer strikes in 4 games, but unfortunately, because the round ended and I wasn't able just to be up in their spawn and picking them off, I ended up dying by a guy who was going negative, and he shot me in the back as I was shooting at someone else. So I was very unlucky. Also, the first game, because I didn't leave it in, I nearly got to 100. I got 90-something kills. You guys will see it in the proof picture that I nearly did get another 100 kill in that gameplay as well, which would have been quite insane considering it was on grounded. Getting a 100 plus on grounded wouldn't necessarily be, like, it's not a normal thing to happen because, I mean, it's grounded. Plus, it would have been non-lethals, which is just crazy. So, a little bit about this gameplay now that we're seeing the 3rd De-Atomizer strike. At the start of the game, I went off. I got 7 very quick kills. I'm talking, like, before they'd even managed to really capture the flag, I had 7 kills. I just got up into their spawn and was taking them out left, right, and center. But I managed to get shot, I think in the back. I'm not 100% sure. I think it was in the back. So I ended up having to do this on my 2nd life. But I end this game pretty well as well. I think I only died about 4 times. I could have also got a double De-Atomizer in this, but unfortunately, I couldn't find anyone at the end. I got to about 10 off, and I couldn't find anyone, and we had them triple capped, so I had no idea where they were, and that sort of screwed me over, and I ended the game 7 off. Obviously, if we didn't have them triple capped, I probably could have, like, kept going and gotten it, but unfortunately, we did have them triple capped. They weren't really taking a flag, and we managed to just smash them, and I couldn't find them, and I ended 7 off, so I'm not going to count that as a De-Atomizer strike fail. I mean, I was 7 off. Maybe if I was a couple off, I would call it another De-Atomizer strike fail, but, I mean, 7 off is still a long way to go, and that's why I'm not counting that as a De-Atomizer strike fail, but nonetheless, I mean, if we didn't have them triple capped, I probably could have kept going on, especially because these guys weren't the greatest of players. I think this is the part where I managed to get a collateral. Yeah, there you go. I got a collateral on them. You'll see the medal pop up in a second. I was quite surprised that I managed to get that. They just came through at the same time. Pop my armor, go off here, nice little quad feed, plus another one to top it off. As you guys can see, I've said many times, I've had to cut out the parts where I've had to go across the map because spawns kept flipping. I'm close to the De-Atomizer strike here. I call in the advanced even though the round's almost over because I know that I'm only 2 off. If I can find them quickly and head down there, I'll get this De-Atomizer strike before the round ends, which I'm so glad that I did because as I have said, I do not like it when the rounds end. So I'm 1 off here. I actually don't see this guy. I'm very lucky that he didn't shoot me first. I didn't see him until like literally the second I shot him. I saw someone else behind him. So I was very, very lucky to get him. This is literally just like me going for the Juggernaut. I end up dying, like I think maybe 1 before it or 2 before I get it. I didn't expect that guy to jump up and I challenged him instead and I ended up dying from it. But yeah guys, so I'm calling in the De-Atomizer strike now. You'll see that I only get like 4 people. If I had waited, you see all these people connecting, I probably could have gotten a full 6-man. But I mean, it's a bit harsh if they just join to get the De-Atomizer strike. So I'm kind of glad I didn't. But hopefully you guys did enjoy this video. If you did, please remember to leave a like, subscribe for more. Check out the videos on screen if you haven't seen them yet, and I'll see you guys in the next one.